You're in the process of buying a property. It's either a home for you to live in, it's an investment property, and I'm telling you right now that there are two things that if you do them, you're gonna freaking kill the deal and you're gonna be heartbroken and disappointed. And most people don't know what these two things are. My name's Kris Krohn. I've done $1 billion worth of real estate, spread over 4,000 homes, and today I'm gonna share with you the two things you shouldn't do, and at the end, I've got a bonus, a gift just for you.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
Hey, what's up? Kris Krohn here, and I am joined by Derek. How are we doing, bro?
Good, Kris.
Derek is a member of the Kris Krohn Real Estate Power Team. He actually works with a lot of our partners. Derek, we've actually known each other for
Almost 7 years.
7 years
Yeah,
now, and it all started with the whole real estate game.
It did.
And what are you guys doing right now?
We are under contract on our first deal, Kris, and even though it's taken this long, we have done it. We are so stoked.
Dude, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing to kill it in real estate. There's a journey. I remember how long I had to wait before I could actually buy my first house with the strategy that I was pursuing. So good for you and Kaylee. I'm excited for you guys.
We're very excited.
Today's video is a cautionary tale. We recently had a partner that did something that really, man, it killed the momentum on their ability to buy a home. And they did something and they didn't know. We're like, dude, we need to tell the world about this, because when you're out there doing real estate and you're buying, there are some things that you should be doing and there are some things that you should not be doing financially during the purchase process. So tell us what happened with this partner that got under contract and what killed the deal right before closing.
Well, typically when you go under contract, you start, having to give all this information to the lending team because they need to close the loan.
Yep.
And what she did before she closed on the property completely was she drained a HELOC that she had already set up.
Now, what does that mean, drain the HELOC?
Well, she had set up a home equity line of credit,
Okay.
which is basically another mortgage on the home that she utilized to invest.
Yes.
And a lot of people use this strategy to invest in real estate, and it's a viable strategy. Needless to say that before the closing came up, she had pulled everything out before the bank was to close on the loan.
Okay, so she basically was pre-qualified. She changed her financial status and situation, and the bank always checks right before closing if things are the same as when they started just a month earlier, and if there's an inconsistency, the underwriters say, no dice, this is a high-risk situation. And was she able to close on the deal?
Unfortunately not, it killed it.
No.
And she lost the property.
No, so she lost the deal. And so here's the reality. This is what you need to understand. Banks are finicky and banks are really weird. And there's some things that you should know. There's two main rules that I want you to know. Number one, when you're in the process of buying a property, you should not be making other purchases that require credit or change what's called your debt to income ratio, which means you shouldn't be buying a car, you shouldn't be working on buying another house. By the way, and it's not that you can't do those things, but you have to come clean with your lender and say, hey, at the same time I'm doing this loan, I'm also doing this thing. And if they run the numbers and say, no problem, then you're actually fine. But if they say, oh, that messes up the ratios, dude, and as a result, it's gonna kill the deal, then it's it doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means don't do them at the same time. You do them one at a time, because she could have pulled the home equity line just after the closing, and that would have worked too.
And she would have been able to fund the deal.
She would have been able to fund the deal. So that's the first rule, is don't take out any additional loans that mess with your debt to income ratio without your lender knowing. But here's the second one. You need to make sure that you don't mess with your credit score. Every single time you go and you're shopping at the Gap and they're like, oh my gosh, you can save 20% if you open up a Gap credit card. And you're like, dude, I'd love to save 20%. Because apparently we're in California, and you don't realize that when they say, yeah, we just need your name and address and social security number, they're pulling your credit. And some of the credit bureaus are going to drop your credit score 3 to 7 points right then and there just for looking at your credit. And I remember my wife and I, we learned this the hard way, Derek. We were getting ready to purchase one of our first investment properties. I think it was the third or fourth home. And that month we had gone to Target and got the credit card and Sears and JCPenney's and the Gap. And in 1 month we somehow managed, we're like, this is amazing. We can save free money everywhere just by opening up the in-store credit card, not realizing that we had dropped our credit score 30 points in 30 days. Now that'll bounce back in 90 days. But I needed my credit right then and there, and it really messed it. Those are just two things that people don't know. Careful not to have any kind of loan activity during a qualification period. unless it's authorized by your lender. And don't take out loans or don't buy cars or don't buy things that mess with your income ratio or produce additional loans, because if you do, it can actually kill the ability for you to get a deal. So listen, today's video is totally in service of just helping you make super smart moves in your life. Thank you so much for watching today. By the way, as promised, some of you want to get deeper into the game of real estate and you actually want to know, are there more resources to get questions answered? Like, Kris, it's so great that we could watch this video, but what about all the videos that I'm not making that aren't answering the questions that you have? First of all, comment below and let me know what questions you have. We make a lot of our videos based on what you're inquiring about. But more importantly, in the link below, there's a hotline where you can actually access Derek and my super insanely knowledgeable team, and you can pepper them with as many questions as you want about the investment process, getting a loan, how to do things, how to put up a game plan together. And there are people all over the world that actually appreciate and have an opportunity to access this amazing tool. Because I got a team of 200 experts, and Derek is like center point man on my team with a number of others that all information flows through. So he wanted me to make this video today because this is, I think, screwed up 3 deals in the last...
We've had a few trip ups, yep.
in the last couple of months, and we know that if we're experiencing that, then people around the world probably are as well. So today's in service of you knowing that. Click the link below, learn more about getting that real estate hotline so you can learn how to crush it in the game of real estate, access people like my friend Derek here and the incredible job and knowledge base that he has. Other than that, make sure that you subscribe and ring that bell. In fact, smash the like button on this video because it tells YouTube that this was knowledge that was useful for you. And hopefully they end up promoting it and sharing it with more people because the goal is to get this information to as many people as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Go crush it in the game of real estate, and we'll see you on tomorrow's video.